way.
So I'm telling you, Han, it just means ice cream in, like, is it Mandarin or is it
Mandarin.
Cantonese? I can never tell. I can always get those two mixed up. Oh well, I'm sure it won't come up.
It can convey so much, though.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to a long delayed episode of Rolling in the Isles. An episode that's gotten strangely apocryphal since last we met. Hope everyone at home is ready to have yet another episode of a strange balloon floating over the city and distracting from the fact that the Mages Guild is rerouting city funds to pay for Planned Parenthood. As it may, who would like to recount the very bewildering events of last time we were together?
Brain empty, I'm sorry.
Yes, of course, it has to be the living encyclopedia. Last time on Power Rangers Time Force.
One woman actually, just in $20 from Old War Mag. Howdy, here's money for what we discussed in DMs. Thank you all for the lovely sessions.
Consider it done.
Continue.
Welcome.
Very cool.
Hooray. Last time on Power Rangers Time Force, we attempted to have merriment and then were set off to combat. The city was being ransacked and overrun by what was revealed to be a Goblin bombing party that had sabotaged and hijacked balloons that were bombarding the city with siege arrangements. Goblins had taken control of the palisade and they were roaming in the streets before someone decided to make use of wild magic. And now, the last title of our stream was very much real, as the city was now overrun with magical lightning storms and bombardments falling out of the sky if the goblins weren't already shocked and patrolled. It is havoc in the streets. It is wild in the streets. And someone's probably going to go to jail after this entire encampment is done.
Yeah, probably me, because in the interim time, there was a massive international incident involving balloons. Now I look racist.
Binchily?
Only now?
You couldn't have known, Bill.
I had no idea that they were stealing ideas from my streams. They couldn't have gone back to when I actually had good ideas. Oh, good grief. I will say. We are not exactly playing on the full deck this evening. Aiden, unfortunately, got double booked. She's currently arguing on the benefits of monarchy against in a 1v4 handicap match.
Godspeed.
It shouldn't take too long by the sounds of things. We hope to have her back with the rest of us before evening's end, but we shall see. There were some other events of last. I do believe, as we left off, after a few street clearances, that our good friend comrade here was united with his new hammer, Zula Coast, and as he reclaimed his birthright, was face down a single goblin who had walked up to him and handed him a piece of paper. Walks up to you, resolute.
You'll have to remind me what it said. I would have been.
We hadn't revealed it yet because it was a cliffhanger. And then we had like 2
perfect.
weeks that we had to miss because of a myriad of weirdo stuff, because this episode is cursed.
Your partner sickened you.
No, I think that was the restaurant they went to.
Now, it was my co-workers at the restaurant. There's been a flu going around that has been kicking everyone's ass, myself included. I'm still not 100%, as you can probably hear, but I'm pouring caffeine down my neck until I can function like a normal person again, or at the very least, like someone DMs on the internet. So, in the interest of keeping things resolute, we should take over where we left off. Goblin stands there basking in the light of the flames that are calling out from the crater you're in, hammer and gorb in hand still. Though he hands you a little bundle of paper, comrade.
So I guess I'll look at the paper.
Okay. So you pick up the piece of paper and just from through. It's a court summons.
Oh yeah, the imperialists gone. The one.
No. This is written. This is a court. You are being subpoenaed by a tribal court.
What did you do?
What?
Specifically,
What?
you are being sued in a civil case for mental and physical damages.
No, either that was
again-
killing the child in front of the parents, or the parents in front of the child. I don't remember which way around it was for the one thing.
Standing before you is Runcible Dave, the survivor from the massacre earlier on in the series, in season 1.
What? Oh wait, is it the one that we sent away?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
There's a ornate signature at the bottom. It glows with a malignant greenish light.
And it's from what tribal council? Fuck the tribal council. Answer to a bigger power than this. Like, I scrunch it back up and I throw it in the dude's face.
More trauma.
The specific wording is the Goblin Revolutionary Committee.
This reminds me of I can't remember his name. The Swedish Oscar Schindler, like who, he saved like hundreds of thousands of Jews in Poland or something, and then the Soviets arrived, and they were like, "Come with us," and he said, "I'm either gonna like return a hero or not return." He didn't return. That's how I feel right now. The situation that I'm in.
Oscar Schindler didn't run around chopping people's genitals off
Yeah.
and massacring untold numbers of goblins. Unless he did, I don't know. There's been some pretty wild films that get kicking around in the field of World War II exploitation.
It wasn't actually Schindler. It was another guy. His name was Raoul. Something. I can't remember. He's Swedish. Like, and they'd like break them out of the trains and stuff like that, with fake passports, whatever.
My comment stands regarding the genital mutilation.
So the fight is still going on around all of this.
Oh yeah, very much so. But Dave is just stood there resolute as the pages bounce off his face.
Is he a goblin as well?
Yes, he's a goblin.
We're fighting. That's all goblins in the hallway, in the alleyway, like, and on the roof and shit.
Yeah, everyone. Oh, you notice though,
I
Dave
just
is
stabbed
notably
this guy
unarmed.
through the chest. Then I'm just gonna stab him
No.
through the chest. Like, I didn't even get this.
Bill mentioning, oh, he's unarmed. Mark, I
I
will
should say,
stab.
I should say up front before anything goes forward, Dave is unarmed.
I'll pass him a crowbar and then I'll stab him.
He's
He was armed, guys, I swear.
I guess I got a roll to murder this dude.
please do. Okay, which weapon are you using?
I guess I'm actually. Well, I'm using the sickle, like, so it's not really a stab. Like, I don't think I've got a good stabbing weapon.
Keep in mind, you left your sickle with your compatriot.
Oh
Do you
no, if
recall?
only you had a hammer.
Yeah.
And so you
alright.
left,
Do a double take. I'll go, tap my side to get my sickle in the end there. Like,
Ski's got it.
with
All of you
ski.
maybe. Oh, for one, take a sickle.
Yeah.
The hammer connects with the side of Runcible Dave's head, and he gets some air smashing through one of the awnings.
Perfect. I'll shout, I got another one! Like, and I'll thrust my hammer in the air at everyone else so it looks like it's just one of the regular goblin dudes. No one will be any the wiser.
Okay, doke.
No one will know.
As you just, it's like a game of croquet. You start to figure out exactly how easy it was for Bulrora took to invent golf. Any other actions you'd like? I believe that was the last action you had for the turn from last week, because you moved all the way up from last session. Okay. Carl, you're up.
Thinking. How far away is that troll around the corner? Large giant mass down the street to the right.
That is. Yeah, if when you're drawing with the ruler, just down, right click, and it resets it. It should be it's about 100. It's in a. It's about 100 feet away. But it's currently It's currently smashed into one of the shop fronts.
Smashed into, as in stuck.
It's been flung through the glass frontage of the actual store.
Is it
It's
immobilized?
a cafe. It's stumbled. It's trying to right itself now.
How fast is its movement speed?
It's a troll, so it's quite large, but it's quite lumbering. So I believe it's 30 feet. So it appears to be a troll.
That gives me 2 turns of preparation. I remember what it is I want to do. First,
keep in mind that if you will need to stay undercover due to the hot rain.
Yes, I remember.
Apologies, there's any bleed through. Again, Aiden is currently taking in a debate upstairs. Such as life.
She's absolutely wrong. Monarchy is not the worst. Is not the best. Like, communism's the best. Just wasting their time. We settled this debate hundreds of years ago.
I'm not losing another person to this debate.
King Dazar with facts and logic.
Well, it's just the surprise
Red
guest
Army.
suddenly a communist.
I
Wouldn't be the weirdest ringer in that team.
eject myself halfway out of the slime clone's chest to put my hands directly on both sides of his face and speak directly to DeSamson through her connection to the slime clone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do some stupid shit. Can this thing breathe in no space?
It doesn't need to breathe at all.
Do you have the ability to hold your breath for longer than a minute?
Practice.
All I need to know.
Here.
I push myself out of the clone and have it start doing a running trek up the street. About 30 paces up about 20 feet up and then 10 feet down in a running charge in its power stance.
Okay. You should have full control over it still.
I do. I need an icon for the bag of holding.
That's always a sentence that kind of strikes the spinal column a little strangely for a DM, I must say. I'm going to make another Cumbeast edit, and
Just
I'm just
another
gonna-
one.
On a Tuesday.
I'm gonna make this one purple. There we go, and flip it upside down. There we go. You good to go?
Okay.
What if it was purple?
It's the upside. It's from the upside down.
Somehow that's made it worse.
Yeah.
Like significantly worse.
Makes it more uncanny.
In a running charge, the slime clone runs directly into the bag in the power stance position, wielding its sword for a cleaving charge. The bag of holding opens wide, large enough for the figure to run inside, and then closes behind it.
Okay.
I have 70 feet of rope. That's not enough to do this in one turn, but it's enough to do it in two. After opening and closing the bag, the figure is now in this position of infinitely running in the direction of which it will exit. Open the bag slightly. I use an action of... no, actually, these won't last enough of a round. Unless you would like to decide that things that happen inside of a bag of holding happen instantaneously once it's exited the domain that it's inside of.
In the interest of not having state change problems, I'm going to say that it's dimensional. It's not a temporal change.
So yes or no?
You do not have any time dilation based upon actions that go on inside the bag of holding still happen. They
Cool.
still take time.
Cool. I have way too many prepared actions.
Just keep in mind, if you've got a 4-round action, you can spread it amongst 2 turns by taking a standard action on one turn and a standard action on the next. The easiest way to do this. Oh, what would you like to do?
I need to prepare an action of Shadow Trap.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will extend the rope using the power of rope trick, which has still always been instantaneously going since I've gotten the spell. And I am now wielding the bag interdimensionally using the fulcrum circumference of the 70 feet of rope to slowly whisk it overhead in a windmill.
Okay.
I can't make any move actions of my own unless you would like to say that I did not use my actions making the clone move.
It would be the clone's action that moved, so
Okay.
it doesn't cost an action to make a follower do anything.
Moving through the packages of the awning to move to this position on the street, underneath as much cover as possible. One ghost light to the creek corner here. One ghost light as far down as behind Mark. And a second ghost light hovering above this building.
Mhm.
How detrimental is the rain damage?
The rain damage is a set 12 points of fire damage per turn. I will say it does soak into substances, so it is treated as if it were a very, very hot fluid. So if you're dealing with something that's watertight, it does less damage. If you're something that water soaks into, it does more, or rather, it does full in terms of sundering.
Okay.
Do your ghost lights have a set hit points?
I
Or-
don't think they do.
I think or thought they had been affected because they're just light. But yeah, a issue people are running into is that the lead is melting out the ceilings. Or out the roofing.
That's
You
not
start-
spelling. They do not have a hit point.
Yeah, I don't think they'd have any. I wouldn't have thought they'd have been like unseen servant where they actually have hit points.
A couple more feet to move to this position. Well, 2 more inches to move this position on the street for cover, and the bag of holding will continue its windmill motion, side to side windmill motion. The cartoonish wind-up effect of a shot put, if you will, or sling, in this position underneath cover.
Oh, by the way, if you wanted to like help fling the body from place to place using like the length of the sword, she can do so with terrifying ease.
Also, just in, 20 bucks from Captain saying, "Time for a honey." Thank you, Captain. Very cool.
Oh no!
I'm scared.
Oh no! Not tonight! Oh no!
What is it I can have her do?
If you wanted to one of the things you learned, first things you learned to use with a Zweihander is a practice motion. It's basically like a windmilling of the blade. If she's inside a bag of holding and therefore her weight is suspended by the bag, she can use she can basically swing the sword outside of the bag and essentially just use it as a lever to hurl herself around with quite a terrifying amount of ease.
Exactly how far could she go if I was to launch her from a starting position of 30 feet in the air in a direction with the full length of the rope extending at the fulcrum of the arc? This is a very big problem, Bill, but basically a full extension of the entire rope on the final fling in a fulcrum swap from a full 30-degree swing all the way outwards and a circumference swing at the arc and apex of release.
She's safe at native speed. You double that through brachiation to 60, and you double that up for charge, so 120-foot charge. And you ignore all intervening terrain that is not impassable.
It's about close to what I wanted. I will put that in the back of my head for later. I have one more ability to do thing. No, I don't. I've already moved and I've already standard. That ends my turn.
Okie dokie. That is a mentally scarring mental image, but good to know. Eris, where are you situated? You're currently underneath the one. Eris, as your turn begins, a crate slips down from a storage space directly beside you and crashes to the ground, revealing a number of bottles.
Oh, what are those bottles? Any specific roles, or?
Could I get a alchemy or herbology check, please, or nature?
Let's see. Sure that, because alchemy and nature are the same. Those on the bonus ones, so here you go. 20.
Okay, I can reveal this to you. Behold.
Oh no. I see now.
Times like these, I'm very glad that Opera GX, hey, sponsor me, Opera GX, has a most recent download option for uploads. It makes it way easier to do shit like this.
It's so nice.
Yeah, Florida Man grade local hive Bradley style honey blend. Don't look too closely at the center of that image, otherwise you might see something you don't want to see.
See a little much.
Yeah, and it's even more frightening to people who don't know what that thing is. But you don't know what it does. That is a industrial grade sweetener. It's nestled in amongst a bunch of other bottles of various condiments. besides some mushroom ketchup and a bottle of mayonnaise. Unfortunately, the ketchup and the mayonnaise did not survive the fall.
F.
And now they both are spread across the slowly simmering sidewalk.
My initial thought is chuck it at the enemies. Yeah.
It seems to be. It does
Also,
seem to be sealed.
nice. Another thing that Han had brought up to me in regards to the boiling rain. Can I, with my telekinesis, stop the rain above me?
Yes, because I believe your telekinesis specifically is not like a limb-shaped one. It's like just a field.
Let me check.
I mean,
It is unspecified, but you can
So, yeah.
apply 130 pounds of force.
yeah, you're easily able to like form a dome around yourself.
And up to 15 feet away too. Okay.
Is that honey?
Yes. Would you like some?
Yes.
Later, yes.
Okay. Shall keep it in mind for you. Okay. Let me just quickly check how far away gobos are. I think the ones that are down here are like getting like shoved about in like the wind, right?
Yes, the ones down here are currently experiencing what we would call a bruh moment. The ones here are a bit more sheltered, but they're still having a bad time. The ones here are you can actually see them through just through they're quite narrow windows, so they wouldn't be very easy. You could climb through them, but it would take some squeezing, you'd say. But they don't care about the rain at all. They're just getting stuck in amongst the guards.
Well, I think I'm gonna claw myself through that house. Cause that sounds funny.
Okay.
Would it just be done for the whole turn?
Yeah, you'd have to make an escape artist check at the end to squeeze through the window.
Okay.
As there's only one window. It's in this little atrium here. It's only about a few feet wide. It's only about a foot wide.
Okay, then. Can I run and try and do a jump through it?
You may. It will make it more difficult, however. But if you fail, you will get a strength check to just smash through.
Ah, it's my wonderful strength. May I instead use a natural attack with claws?
You may.
Very cool. So let's attempt to run through and dive through that window. Okay. First escape artist. Boy. It's not a class skill. So
Yeah, it's
does
be a
the
dex check.
Yes, okay.
Plus whatever bonuses you might get from your race or similar.
13.
Not bad. Unfortunately, not enough. Could you make your attack, please?
Yes.
Wait, if you have any skill, like any of the physical skills, like flexibility or power, you can use those instead.
Let me see. I do not believe so.
As I say, you're not a high bad class, so I don't think you can get any of the free ones.
Okay. So, claw attack. It will be a singular one. And I almost messed up the whole writing out thing. Well,
Oh no.
I smash against it. Smashing.
It's kind of a thud. The goblins have
Oh.
not noticed you. Let me get the roll me a d10,000, please.
And someone mentioned there's bleed through from Bill. Yes, Bill mentioned it earlier. It is because Aiden is debating upstairs about stuff. bleed through is bound to happen. That is awfully high.
Ooh, that's a
9,601.
little put hair on your eyeballs.
Also, did I take damage from plonking against the window?
Let's see. One disaster at a time. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. You got either a story option or a comedic option. What would you prefer?
Comedic.
Nearest paladin's eyes bug out whenever they are surprised.
Oh, that's gonna be fun when I get to talk to the guards.
Well, no, the nearest one is Comrade,
Ah,
which is funny because no one's actually seen his eyes. Because he's always been like, he's always one of those characters like the comedically like small eyes, where it's just like 2 lines.
He suddenly opens his eyes instead. For once, when he's surprised. Oh.
It's like the badly rotoscoped like I am in your walls.
Hey, that could have been worse.
If you see what you could have won.
Oh no.
Someone nearby can prove that all within 50 yards died years ago.
I would have not liked that. I already have imposter syndrome. Don't.
it wouldn't be that bad. It would have been like, that flying ghost is dead! Yes.
But so are the rest of you. Wait, what? Apologies, I'm having to mute myself incrementally to cough and splutter and sneeze.
Don't die.
I shan't. I've nearly blown out every major muscle group from the sneezing.
Oh.
It's one of those ones where it like pinches the nerves.
That's not good.
Makes your eyes water. But so, Comrade, congratulations on your new personality quirk. Whenever you're surprised, your eyes bug out like cartoon characters.
I don't know why, but it's like.
He gets the googly eyes.
I'm just running around with googly eyes now.
Only when you're surprised.
Alright, I actually like do a thing like that in real life. You know, when I zoom in with my eyes, you can do that, can't you? You know, when you zoom in.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
This has a permanent case of Junju Ito.
I know you said it affects paladins. Does it affect Aiden Paladin as well?
No, only the nearest one.
Yep,
Which
which
is
would
you.
be...
Is her monk character considered a paladin, or is it just a joke on her?
Gurus are... Yeah, it's just basically a name.
I was
They're
making
gurus,
a name on you.
Paladins are very rare because they are church militant. They are specifically militants of their whichever order to which they belong. So they don't crop up very often because ones that aren't very good don't tend to live very long. It's kind of a dangerous vocation.
Like, I was just gonna add in that Castro's the best.
Can I still do something?
You've moved out, you attack, you've got a swift action?
Swift action.
Yes, just swift action remaining, I'm afraid.
Can I swift action just have my spear be next to me outside of the building? Okay. There you go.
It's this mental image of just awkwardly a spear just like it is ejected through like a very narrow window,
Yeah.
like someone passing a broom handle through.
No, it's like floating is the problem too. Like it doesn't get just like chucked through. Like to the other side, it's just floats through.
Okay. Move that on. We're on to Neri, who is not here, so we'll
The
banish Neri
mist
to the
engulfs her.
mist and go. So. Next up, we have.
Oi.
It's your
Alright.
boy.
I have a few questions, Bill.
Do tell.
So first of all, how many of the archers got killed by falling off a 50-foot building?
A good number of them are grievously injured, yes.
Right.
There was, like, admittedly, there were barrels and such stacked up to the top of the building, so they didn't just plummet 50 feet onto jagged stone.
Gotcha.
One or two did.
Furthermore, does the bishop plate allow me to turn while charging or running?
No.
Okay. And then finally, does the bishop plate give me... First of all, do I have line of sight on these guys over here?
Unfortunately not. If you got to the roof, you would. If you got to about here, you would.
Make a perception check to try and ascertain where they are, roughly.
You may. Well, you're potentially part of the quote-unquote network, I believe.
True.
So you do know what they are.
Okay.
Also,
Is the building shoddy enough that I can run through it with the bishop plate?
Want to find out?
I kind of do want to find out.
These cafes are not. Most of these are pretty open plan. You could probably smash. Most of them are wattle and daub. They're not terribly well put together things.
If possible, I will attempt to go through a window, but if necessary, I will attempt to just run through whatever is in the way.
Okie dokie. Roll whichever, either an attack to sunder or a power check to break through.
I'll use power.
I knew you'd say that.
The best skill. Oh.
Double check the deep break DCs.
There we go.
Never mind. That'll smash through a decent sized wall quite happily. Yes, I have to break through iron walls. These things are nowhere near that strong. As you would do your best Kool-Aid Man impression, you may make your movement.
Excellent. I will charge this fella over here.
Okay. At least keep in mind he will have some small amount of cover because you are attacking through a fence.
Alright. I shall strike at him with the sharpened butt of the poleaxe.
Ugh.
+2, but I think that might miss.
Unfortunately, that he will catch that on his shield.
Alright.
When you get this close to them, these are stocky, much heavier goblins. Every single one is like crammed into this crudely put together kind of breastplate.
Are they hobgoblins by any chance?
They're not hobgoblins. No, they look like someone has gotten a group of regular goblins and fed them as much food as they could eat. They're oversized. They are oversized goblins. They are medium-sized, but they're not hobs.
I see.
Hobs are lean and muscular, and they know what they're about. They're organized a lot. These are you can see them where their helms close. They're just frothing, and even where they're being like hit with axes and shanked, they're just frothing blood, and they just keep swinging.
Oh damn! Quick question, Bill. If I attempt to dismiss the weather effect I've got ongoing, will that dismiss the wild magic effect, or will that persist?
The wild magic will persist.
All right.
This is your fault.
Excellent. It's funnier that way. In that case, I'll just use the swift action to turn myself into a bishop chess piece, or at least kind of fuse the armor. And turn it into aluminum.
Okie dokie. It should be noted that the metal manipulation of the spheres magic, it gets rather hilarious if you know what you're doing. Everyone else is absolutely confused or terrified.
Oh, if it provides any further benefit, the poleaxe is made out of Morgoth iron.
Oh dear. Then doubly so everyone's incredibly confused because you just Kool-Aid Man through a fucking building.
An intimidate check on that, circumstantially.
Yeah, you're, yes, but you couldn't use it to demoralize these guys. I will give you this for free. These lads are immune to psychology.
Fine.
But these
Purely
guys
for
could do with a
flavor's sake.
pick-me-up. And being
Exactly. Just discipline them through fear.
Exactly. That looks like a bonus to the lawful alignment to me. Sounds like a nice little morale buff.
Lads.
Everyone is dreadfully confused. But at this point, we'll take anyone we can get. As he swings another axe into the same aim goblin that you just tried to stab.
Alright, that'll be it for Babs.
Okay. Lamarck's turn. It's always so dreadfully confusing out here. And he will. So again, that everyone has run away from him. Okay. Let's see.
Can I speak to him on his turn?
Yes, of course.
Lamarck, come join me. We need you.
On my way, he'll unfold an umbrella and casually walk out into the rain. He's surprisingly sprightly for such a large lad.
Is he acrobatic?
No, he's got a brisk pace. Once he gets going, he kind of just skips along.
Okay, and then let I break my stride.
Like, also that umbrella is remarkably durable. Because it's melting the lead out of the roofing, but it's bouncing off this thing like it's nothing.
I might ask him where he gets his clothes from.
I make them all myself.
Aw. We have things to discuss later.
Well, you have me as a captive, fine. Right, what do you need? Is everyone okay?
I have no idea what their condition is down the street, but what I require for later can be discussed. Right now, what I need you to be my eyes and ears.
Mm-hmm.
Stand right here, next to me. Yes, I'm going to be getting inside of you. Don't make a thing of it. And please keep your head down. I don't want you to get hit by the bag of holding.
Okay. Whereabouts do you want to stand? Just right where he is now.
One step back. Look down the street at the ghost light. There's a troll that's trying to right itself. I'm going to be doing things, but I need your eyes to tell me when it moves.
Righty dokie. Okay. Goodness me. It's dreadfully large. Never did like trolls. It's the smell. Ugh. Reminds me of beans. Don't like it. Makes me urge.
One side effect of this undeathly state of life is I don't have to smell anything anymore.
Oh, that sounds dreadfully dull.
Actually, would he smell? If he can see through someone's eyes, that's a sense. Would he then smell?
Yes, he would. They actively try to ignore everybody else's olfactory senses.
Besides, currently the only thing you can really smell is just burning.
Fire, brimstone.
Burning rain, molten lead. The smell of molten lead is remarkably unpleasant.
It's like burning tungsten. It's disgusting. It's like
Smells
rusting your
like
mouth.
We
victory.
should probably try and get the children out of the way, especially with the rain as it is.
Yes, the children. Shame they have to live through this.
Oh, they're Lucy and Sir. They've lived through awful lot worse.
White. Someone's gonna go to jail when this is over. And
Yeah, probably us.
It's not my fault.
Have you seen our legal system, sir? It's not exactly been on our side.
Just generally pull out a piece of paper from the bag as it's still flying through the air. I had to get a paper to have permission to not be excised from this mortal plane. I'm not kind of your system at all.
Every time I fail every time my waist is over a certain size at the annual physical, they fine me significantly. It's been a pain in the backside.
And what would you give to have that not happen anymore?
Well, it's only a few gold pieces, but it's the principle of the matter. It'd be nice to not have to worry about it, quite frankly.
It sounds like we have something to work on, don't you?
Your cardio, that is, old man.
It's just an exercise montage for 3 episodes.
I'm gonna get you
Exercising
so
in the
far
boiling
below that you will never get up there.
Oh, it's an exorcism montage. Fuck's sake.
You're welcome.
Aerobic exorcism.
Start doing a Zumba class.
Pure skin and bones before long. Good grief. Now that I've lowered the tone, any other actions you need from Lamarck in this turn?
What potions and quaffs do you have?
Let's see. You'll take out a flask. This one might come in handy.
Something for the rain?
Not quite.
What does it do?
It's an awfully good question.
Is it
It's
some-
shifting colours a lot.
Is it something to drink or is it something to throw?
Probably something to throw on this occasion.
Against a single target or against a group?
Depends how hard you throw it.
How about the speed of a moving train?
Oh, I think I like that quite a lot.
Bill, can I do stupid things with a bag of holding on his turn?
It would have to be on your turn, I'm afraid.
Okay. Keep
But
that.
you could
Okay.
get him. You basically just let him. Okay, I'll give you this one as a freebie. This is a oil of create pit.
Create pit.
Where the oil touches the ground, it spreads out and forms an extra-dimensional pit.
Ah! I see, when you said pit, I thought you meant tar pit oil. No, you meant pit.
Pit,
Only
as
there
in
was
go straight down.
A big guy over there that would be perfectly sized for a pit.
Maybe, however, that's what I prepared the shadow traps for. I have a much more group-oriented decision for this. Don't be standing next to the goblins on my turn.
No, sir, I've never endeavoured to really stand beside them in any case. I don't even like standing beside the half-troll you've got. Truth be told, he scares me a little bit.
Honestly, I haven't really decided how we feel about him. I don't know how I feel about any of them. What I do know is that I do not like the loudmouthed one. If only I wasn't bound by honors and clauses. And a stupid necklace to a god I don't pray to.
Oh, isn't that the case with all of us, sir?
He actively turns over to his face. One of the eyes goes pure red. You have no idea what I could do if I was not stuck to this man's brain.
Oh, we're not as strange a bedfellows as you might think. Don't worry.
In a flash, the eyes go perfectly cyan. Ignore Almond, he's scheming.
Don't worry, so am I.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
And I like how as all this is going on, as the rain is falling, basically is lava, all hell is breaking loose. Goblins are being blown around like cigarette butts at a Rangers away game. In the wind, a troll is smashed through a cafe, like storefront, and there's just these two having a completely genial conversation in the middle of a burning street.
When you're dead, you start finding ways to not be bored.
I know.
I don't need anything else from him this turn.
Okie dokie. Time for Irene. I've gone with the name Irene for ease and for similarity to the original product. Now wait. Right, here we go. Irene will move up.
Before that, Justin from Zamas, $20 saying, "Spooky man talked along, more civilians die."
Excellent.
That's fine.
What about
shit,
those
yeah, it
two
is the
kids right over there?
Before we start, yeah, we do need to do the NPC movements. Thank you for reminding me, Zam. As you saying, it's got a bit there. An arrow catches our friendly. This gentleman here will get away the dodo as an arrow catches him in the neck. This herdsman here, who brought his cows for sale in town, will likewise catch an arrow.
Oh, Bill. Quick note. The wind affects fuck over ranged attack significantly. Just keep note of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, don't worry. I am rolling. I am keeping that in mind. The only attacks that are coming through are ones that have specific mitigation abilities.
E.
And also, I'm taking into account it's not just arrows; it's also things like debris.
In the interest of that, Bill, I have a question. If I enchant his pit vial with True Strike, would that count as an enchantment effect that ensures that it does not fall off its targeted mark once thrown in the air?
True Strike is on the person, not on the attack. So, and it's their attack thereafter. Okay. Okie dokie. A troll here will smash through. Okay, let's make sure I get the spacing right. Good 30. And he doesn't care about terrain. Troll smash through the intervening terrain, passing its check to ignore the difficult terrain, and it will grab the nearest child. And swipe with its club against the second. The elder of the two children is reduced to the consistency of pate. With one swing of a tree, the other one is currently in the troll's grimy grasp and is being bared towards a set of teeth at quite an alarming rate. Meanwhile, down in the fight pit, the surviving archers, of which there are not a great deal of them. Okay, dead. 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 Alive. Okay, a wolf rider will rock up. Comrade. Wolf. There's a goblin running towards you. He has two large curved knives in his hands. And it's bearing down towards you on the back of a large, angry-looking wolf. He is unfazed by the rain. You can see chunks of his flesh start to sizzle from heat.
So there's a goblin on a wolf.
Yes.
And what weapons do you say he's holding?
He's carrying a pair of long knives.
Long knives. Can he reach past the front of the wolf?
Yes.
Damn.
Specifically, there is a specific point on the neck of the wolf where the bridle's been mounted, and he plants his foot squarely right behind the skull of the wolf and lunges himself forward, hanging onto the wolf by its collar.
Alright, I've got to do like some kind of uppercut croquet thing with my hammer, haven't I? Like as it's coming towards me. That's the play here.
I tell you what, if he rolls poorly, I'll let you take a swing at him. But if he rolls well, tell you what, if he rolls in below 5 of your AC, 5 lower than your AC, if you're willing to put yourself at risk, I'll let you get a free attack. Does that sound good?
What I really want to do is croquet him into, you know, this goblin on the roof, like almost perfectly diagonally behind him.
Gobbler on the roof, yes. Oh, that one.
That'll be on
the direction towards the southeast. Guy.
Okay. But it'll come down to the dice roll. What's your AC?
13.
As you quickly swing the mallet upwards, unfortunately you lose your footing and leave yourself open, and he hurls himself from the saddle at you, but with both knives.
Oh, real quick, Mark, I think the armor I gave you last session upped your AC quite a bit.
Oh yeah, your AC is
The equivalent of full plate in AC.
So it's 19 armor class.
Yeah, 19 plus his dex.
Yeah. What's your dex modifier?
3.
Oh, 22. So please update your AC. It's 22. Okay. Now, let's calculate that real quick. Double check my stat block for goblins. Outrider. Beat you by 1 because of the charge bonus. Okay. So just managed to grab you. First off, let's roll to see if we get the grab. What's your CMD?
18.
Okay. This one's a small size goblin. 2 + 2. Okay, so it does not get the grab. Okay. Look, that fails. But it does get
In this situation, I was going to say that in real life, in this situation, on my back, I could try and guide him with my legs over, you know, with his momentum or whatever. If I can squeeze that in.
If you're willing to drop prone to do it, I'll let you roll.
Yeah, you'd have to do it like that, wouldn't you?
Okay, so drop prone. Roll me a CMB check.
CMB.
What is this CMB? Beat him by 1. So you do manage to fling him.
Yeah. Sweet.
but he does get a swing in with his knife.
Yeah, cool. I got a badass cut now as well.
Okay, that will be a total of.
I'm gonna touch like the cut and then lick the blood or whatever off my finger.
Okay, it'll be 4 points of damage, and can you give me a fortitude save, please?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, you take 1 point of bleed damage. Please note this down, because you'll take it each turn until the wound is shut.
All right. Sure.
It appears that there's some kind of anticoagulant on the knives. But you send them
that's
right
a
down
good
with
idea.
both, flung over yourself. Though you're currently prone.
Oh yeah.
Would the plate armor reduce the damage?
Would not in this case, I'm afraid.
Gotcha.
Okay. As for the rest of the Gob squad, they're going to run this corner. He's going to move up here. And okay.
Oh, they're all running away, pussies. That's what I'm saying.
Penny,
Yes.
can I get will saves?
Oh no.
Does this require sight? Out of curiosity.
No.
Okay.
Were you going to about to argue the sealed nature of your suit as sight blocking?
Yes.
No.
26.
Okay, you pass.
I will expend my martial focus to take a 13 on the check for a total of 18.
Meets beats. Congratulations, you do not suffer from sleep.
Ugh.
These other idiots, on the other hand, might not be so lucky. He passes, he fails.
Can I roll something to figure out where it's from?
It's fairly obvious. It's this little chap over here.
Wait, hold on. Which chap? This one, okay. Do
He's
I
around the
know?
corner. Yes, he's very obvious. The shamanic chanting gives it away. The commanding officer hits the deck like a sack of crap. Let's see what would be the best. The one person who's managed to hold up in one of the little crofts up above plummets or out of the roof.
No.
He rolled a 1. The chap with what appears to be a old Spather style longsword also hits the deck.
Oh, is this also the turn of the town guards, by the way?
Yes, they'll be having their turn momentarily.
Would I be able to make some sort of a check to try and, like, restore morale from having them see their commanding officer faint?
On your turn, yes.
Alright.
Okay. And let's see, 8, 4, 7. That's a very low result. It appears that the poor chap has landed on his back and is spasming quite badly. Time for the throwdown. Gobbo 2 knives versus crossbowman. 2 knives. Crossbowman. 2 knives takes Crossbowman to ground, and both plummet off of the roof in a heap, with the gobbo on top stabbing the man directly in the face.
Aw.
Luckily, the chap is holding his own and actually smashing the stirrup with the crossbow into the goblin's face. Does so quite handily. The goblin who's directly beside him is very confused and will try to 5-foot step away, but can't quite get the spacing right. He can't get a shot either. Meanwhile, the Gobbo Zerkers will surge forward. The one here with a large hooked hammer will kick the door here open towards Han. Han, what is your CMD in current state?
Oh, is he moving towards me?
No, the gate you're beside, he's hurling it open like a pendulum.
Current CMD is 16.
Okay, he will actually hit that. He'll knock you back 5 feet.
All right.
The actual impact will do a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the steel impacts with your armor.
All right.
If you've got bonus, any kind of mitigation, of course, that applies as normal. You're hit with a heavy steel gate. That's the chap at the back there with a hooked hammer. In the middle of here will take something from behind his shield and prepare it. The front line here, 2 maces and 1 scimitar. Okay, the flanking gobbos will attempt blade binds. The left-hand gentleman with the axe has found himself rather bound up. The one on the right manages to knock back the scimitar with his own leather shield. The gobbo in the middle, however, will attempt to cave in the skull of the guard who's unconscious.
Is that a coup de grace attempt?
Yes.
I think that would provoke, wouldn't it?
Now keep in mind, you've got a gate in the way, so he will have a hefty mischance, but you're allowed to swing.
If
All
he's
right.
within range of attack, does that count?
Also, a gentleman, the Bardishas will get a swing as well. Oh,
If I have 15 feet range, will it provoke from me too?
if you've got 15-foot reach, you certainly can.
Okay, so the elven branch spear.
Ugh. Yes, swing away. And Han, yeah, that will hit.
Oh shit, I actually get a extra +2 on attack of opportunity. That's what it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This Gobbo was not anticipating what transpired just now.
16.
Will hit now.
Uh,
Because he's currently... so from roll your damage, Han's roll is at 27. I need to confirm the roll on the other side of the body.
didn't I have specifics thing with the staff? Of the spear? Wasn't like a specific material?
Iron as well, that spear.
Hmm?
That spear has a Morgoth iron tip.
It's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the Bardiche men rolled a 20, a 19, and a 16.
Jesus Christ.
So if I hit, they have to roll something against Dex thing or not on this.
Normally you just need to roll your regular attack damage. But don't believe you get dex to damage with the branch spear. I think you just get
It says
dex to
DC
hit.
12 for D4 Dex.
Oh yeah, that's for the poison effect of the Morgothon.
Oh,
That's not going to be an issue.
okay.
2 polearm users have just beaten the 4 polearm users that the goblin was too high on drugs to notice have just made rather a meal of him.
$18 damage.
Oh, as a quick side note, I've got gyroscopic totem active.
Bill's awfully quiet. Oh no.
Sorry, I got background noise from mine.
There's one goblin tries to execute someone and immediately gets countered by like
Yeah,
4
every
polearms at
polearm
the same
uses.
time.
I'm surprised I rolled so high on the damage. Pretty good.
Okie dokie. That's one less. I'm going to move your polearm back to your square. This goblin is no more. Very much so. Reduced to a vapor, essentially.
Reduced to a charcuterie board snack.
As the 2 body users will hold the creature in place while you both poke it to death. Okay, and that will... Okay, the crossbow can't do that. The entourage of the mage over there. Troll's having a snack over there. Okay, time for Irene. Irene will move up. She'll turn to you, Eris. Do you need a door?
Would be appreciated. She's
She's gonna
probably
try and,
still
she's
slightly
gonna
dizzy.
carve you a door. Doing so quite handily. Oh yeah, the wall is no more. You can move through it, your leisure.
Yay. I'm guessing ours have been a bit dazed. She would like reach out her hand in hopes that she'll just pull her through.
Essentially, she's just swung down with this white hand and just carved the wall open.
Very cool.
Again, the walls here aren't only wattle and daub, they're sticks and mud and like plaster. They don't really hold up very well to his white hand. They're as well made as hers. And that will be her turn. Comrade, you're up. You're on the deck, but so is the goblin.
My main priority is I'd like to stop bleeding. Is there any like fire or anything around I can see as that I can do a cauterization with? What do you want me?
Isn't it a heal check to stop the bleeding?
You can do, yes. You can also scorch it shut with fire damage, but it does also do damage to you to do so.
Yeah, alright, let's just try and heal.
Your hammer does have a burning effect on it, so you can use that.
Oh yeah. I just rolled a heal. If you see.
Okay.
For 13.
This is for 13. So I'll roll that. If you're willing to take 2 points of fire damage, you can stop the bleeding.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But it will be your standard action to apply that.
Can I at least run and hide?
Yeah, you can make what I would suggest, the boiling rain unfortunately wouldn't really do much to burn shut the wound. It would actually irrigate it and make it
Broil
worse.
it.
Yeah. east away, comrade, you need to roll a dance check to kick yourself up onto your feet, and then you can make a move action as normal. That'll take your swift action for jumping to your feet
Yeah.
as a dance check.
Right, yeah. Obviously, I do a spin like in the dance on it.
Correct.
Yeah, there's a thing that I do in real life. You know, if you're sitting down cross-legged, like to stand up from that, like you can spin around
yeah.
without touching the floor. Like that's how I always stand up from cross-legged.
As you MJ, oh yeah, it's handily. Just
And then
spin
I'll
you
go
out to
and
standing.
I'll go and stand like under the edge of this roof.
Okay. There's a couple of very bruised and battered goblins hanging around.
If they're on the roof and I'm under the roof, they can't get me. That's my logic.
Now, most of them are like in crumpled heaps, unconscious, or like nursing injuries bad enough that they don't really want to fight anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm doing that as well. So I'll nod at them and say, should have socialized medicine in this city.
One nods. This one here will nod. Also grimacing.
I'm gonna chuck that guy a crowbar as well. No, I'll wait till the fight's over before I
Bounces off
bring
his
it
head with a
on.
thud. Okay, we swift move and stand in action. So that's your turn done, comrade. Carl.
Turn to Lamarck. I'm going to move through you and then teleport into the buildings. This possession is going to feel weird. Take a deep breath. Also, hand me the vial.
He hands you the vial.
Okay? Well, that's 10 feet to his side to move through him. Grand malevolency.
Mm-hmm.
I want his eyes looking in the direction of the troll.
Yep. He can lay eyes on it, yep.
Then, because for some reason I couldn't draw distance to tell how far I
You notice that when you're possessing him, you can see everything within 60 feet regardless of terrain.
Interesting. The buildings that are to the side of us, I'm assuming this is a wall, but that there is a door or an inside to it.
Yes, most of these storefronts are like quite open glass affairs.
Okay.
So you can see straight through. But with him, you can see everything within 60 feet, no matter what it is or where it is. Like you can see the fight going on over here.
Okay. As I start floating through the building, Lamarck, do you have some kind of god sight you're not telling us about?
Oh, I'm quite blind.
You're quite blind.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And your ability to see everything around us.
Yes, the stellish fungus. I had it implanted into the sockets once I lost the eyes. Chemical
You have
accident, vicious stuff.
You have fungus in your eyes.
Yes? It'd be a surprise. There's a lot of people in the chemical trade who's done the same thing.
Okay.
Why do you think I wear the glasses? It's so people don't stare.
Fair enough. You're more interesting than I thought you were.
I try my best.
If you take out one of his eyes and boil it, his other eye will start screaming. Like, call back to a joke.
It's not a yogurt. It's just fungus. Besides, you can't kill like the stuff that his eye's made of. You can't kill it in a way that matters.
It is immune to the kind of decay that only belongs to the creatures of the undead. This ghost light will hover right into the face of the troll and ignite as a hot witch light. Then I will expend an action of Shadow Trap to trap this troll in place. This ghost light will now hover over its head to turn into a bright witch light to cast a shadow behind it to latch it in place.
Okay, please. A reflex save to avoid being set on fire by the witch light. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes.
That was abysmal. It's very much on fire. And it's a reflex save versus Shadow Trap as well, correct?
Yes.
What's the DC?
I believe it's either 16 or 19 at the moment.
Yeah, it ain't making that. Both are successful. It's frozen in place and being burned.
Shadow, 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 shadow.
I believe it's entangled and can't move from the spot.
Yes, it cannot. It needs to make an attempt on its round each turn to make a new saving throw to end the effect of the full round action. And it cannot move farther than 5 feet from its original position.
Okay.
The witchlight that is near Mark is going to start slowly surfing around the corner. Goddamn, why is it scrolling like that? It's going to start surfing around the corner. Get the mouse to work correctly, thank you. It's going to now start surfing around the corner. Mouse, please. Start surfing. Stop. Oh my god, it keeps trying to draw the map up while I'm trying to move it. Please move it towards the archers, please.
Which one, sorry, specifically?
Starting down the corner, it's going to turn into a heart witchlight and start slowly moving towards them.
Which one specifically, sorry? Oh, the...
Right now, the one that is closest to the top of the roof. I'm assuming they're hiding either on the roof or underneath the awning of the roof.
Yes, assume that everyone is basically doing just that.
Yes, this witchlight will start moving towards them 30 feet every round, casting its damage. Also, I did not roll the damage of that witchlight on the roll.
So yeah. Also, which light are you indicating, because it's not showing up at my end?
This witchlight down here is the one that is going to be starting to
The
move towards the archers undercover.
I'll just move it here.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
And it will roll its damage if any of them get touched by the witchlight. It will physically move towards them, and then once they have been ignited, move on to the next target.
Okay.
First witchlight's damage over here, for the one that is currently burning the troll's face. I'll roll its damage. It is burning him for 3.
Okay.
The witchlight down here, if it is able to touch the archer that is in first cover, will roll its damage. That is a full 6.
He crumples into a burning heap.
Back holding is going to now move to here while still doing its circumference arc, now in a vertical swing. And I will cast my teleport to move behind the guardsman.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting background noise from mine.
How close is the first guardsman in front of me?
The first one in front of you is 5 feet from you. He's directly next to you.
Okay. Soldier!
It should be noted he's plummeted like 20 feet out of a window and landed on his spine. So he's a bit stunned.
Can you breathe, son?
He'll like wearily like raise a thumb.
Good lad. Soldiers! Get your heads down unless you want to lose your head!
And that the boy, all of them will take a kneeling position as if they were trying to brace against cavalry. Give you a clear shot, whatever you plan on doing.
Mm-hmm. The bag of holding is going to elevate 20 feet, start swinging at its fulcrum arc, and release the slime clone, moving at full speed. I believe that was 130 feet, you said?
Mm-hmm.
130 feet, pole vaulting into the army of goblins, making its full swing cleave.
Yep, that's a whirlwind attack. You gotta love it.
Let's see here.
Don't worry. I rolled it because I've got a stats. You're gonna thank me for that. Okay, they definitely weren't expecting this. Actually, could you roll me a confirmation check, please? Should we roll a d20?
That's horrible.
Yeah. So roll me a d10,000. Don't worry, if it's bad, it was not going to affect. So it doesn't confirm the crit against every single enemy, but it still does do work.
That's very high.
Yeah, it's always worrying when it gets so high. Admittedly, they're all about most of these are evenly spread. Ooh, that one's a nasty one. Okay, that one already have. Okay, I'm not going to go with everyone within 50 yards gets a live cobra in their pocket, because that doesn't make a lot of sense. I will, however, go with all within 60 yards become badly sunburned, because it makes sense. The amount of heat now is starting to prickle everyone's skin, so everyone's a little bit steamed.
And
You're going to be in some discomfort for some time.
I don't care.
Let's roll the... Still uncomfortable. Goodness me, people and their lack of creature comforts. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a goblin right now. Okay, the one that everyone now needs to make their checks. Failure. He succeeds. He succeeds. Okay. The one on the left-hand flank is evaporated on the spot. One to the left with the hooked hammer is blown clean through the barricade. Smashes through the grapevines. Unfortunately for it, falls directly into the reach of the real Irene, who then gets an attack of opportunity, who then threatens to crit again, who then confirms this time and spits the thing on her Zweihander. The crossbowmen, on the other hand, let's see what they got. They fail miserably and get evaporated as well. The scimitar wielder, on the other hand, will be essentially batted onto the roof. People at home, yes, I did give all the goblins the roll with it feat. Because of course I did.
Nice.
They're going to use it so many times because they're wearing armor. At least I wasn't using it to bull rush people. But yeah, that disruption is I would say a very effective disruption of a pike formation there. Well, not pike formation, a hammer formation, as case may be. The goblin knifeman and the crossbowman are still locked in a very, very strange autistic tussle on the ground, with the goblin attempting to stab the poor guard, and the guard smashing the stirrup of his crossbow directly into the teeth of the goblin. Meanwhile, there's just panic upstairs. Who the hell knows what. But yeah, I would say your little idea of using the slime clone as a blender has been a rousing success.
I'm not done. The turn is over, but I'm not done.
Oh yeah, I can get rid of the blade binding from the chap here, because the person who's doing the blade binding has now been reduced to slurry. Everything smells of dead goblin.
Lovely. Goblin stew.
Before I end my turn, I then yell to the soldiers, "Resume your positions!"
One who in front who fell asleep. Like, the commanding officer also wakes up. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. They both press themselves up and both eat each other their feet.
Officer, on your feet!
Sorry about that, little slingers as usual. Oh, my back is aching.
Commander, there are currently 2 sword-wielding women in front of you. One of them is a clone. She is going to be going into a bag of holding, and she will be launched at the enemy as mortar strikes.
There's a moment of pause in his voice. Okay.
Any questions?
Any son, but I don't think I'm not gonna question an adventurer. We do the garden, you do the adventurer. No, we'll get adventurer night. We'll do the garden.
There are goblins around that corner that are being solely entrenched by a supernatural fire. Proceed up the street and flank them.
Consider it done.
I had my turn.
Excellent. Eris.
As I see a smoothie being made, carnivore diet smoothie, I will then just focus on this fucker over there. Which means I will move up here, due to now having a doorway.
And luckily the whirlwind attack just evaporated the gateway as well, so there's a clear path.
And the spear is going directly into him.
He basically just looks at you and goes, like, starts making weird faces at you right as the spear juts down from above.
Yes.
Over Harry, I have the high ground.
Now, if I leave the spear there, would it count as flanking if I were to do anything else against him?
Yes. It's also it does have the high ground, so it gets a +1 to hit on top of the whatever bonuses it gets. People underestimate that. It's actually really useful bit of kit. It's the +1 to hit from high
I
ground.
see. Okay. We're done a move action. And moving the spear is a non-action. Actually, I'll just stab him with the spear. Why not?
Okie dokie. Please roll to hit. +1 to hit.
Yes. Any bonuses due to it surprising him since it is above?
I'll take that into account on my end.
Okay. Did I write it correctly? I don't know. 13.
That will hit because his AC is abysmal. Because these are conscripts. They did not bother. I did not bother getting them things like mage armor. Abjuration spells are for posh casters, not for
Has the
charlatans.
Morgif thingy, as Han mentioned earlier.
I shall roll a fort save. He rolled a 2.
So D4 dex damage, right?
I
shall
believe so.
Roll the D4. Three dex damage.
Excellent. His AC goes down even further. What's the
Good.
noise there? I was putting my ice in my other glass. Please roll your damage.
Oh yeah, I need to roll that. I believe it was this. Oof. Well, 11 damage.
Oh, never mind.
What do you mean?
It's like Vlad Tepes, but in reverse. As the as he's making weird faces at you, mocking you, jeering you in the Uruk speak, the spear drives down from above and hits him directly in the base of the neck and pushes his spine out through his anus.
I have replaced the spine with a spear. Can I...
You've turned him into a scarecrow.
Good. Speaking of scarecrow, could I use that as an attempt to intimidate? For the others that might have seen
Please
this?
do.
Very cool.
As seeing your commanding officer suddenly get hit with a pike that came out of nowhere is a bit disconcerting. And Branch spears off.
Not 20 for 32 intimidate.
I'm gonna need some fort saves. Oh god. 5. One dude, like... 2 people just pass out.
Good. I doubt that those count as charge, full attack, or anything like that.
And that's just a regular standard attack action.
Okay.
And there's a swift, I believe, it's a swift action to use bloodstained intimidate. One guy, the short bowman who is beneath the tree there, manages to keep his nerve because he rolled a nat 20.
I will point at him. That's all I'll do.
I don't think he's, even if he does keep his bottle, I don't think he's really in a position to really take you on very well. Nuri will cower. Han, it's Baz's turn.
Alright. Would I be able to have a line of sight on the troll up north?
Yes.
Would I see the scene that is unfolding?
Yes. It's being singed, it's still got a child in one hand. But it is
Right.
being shadow locked as well.
Alright. Does it look... How close does it look like being to death? And how...
It looks singed. It does not look
Okay, so it's not
badly injured now.
in that bad of a way. Alright.
It's got a ghost light burning its eyes.
Alright.
It's equivalent of someone like holding a torch to its face.
Gotcha.
Not a blowtorch, just a regular torch. Blowtorch does D10.
Unfortunately, there is not a feat to make the witch light get better fire damage. It can only be assisted by environmental damage.
There is, but it's only, unfortunately it is a goblin feat for some reason.
Yeah, goblin fire.
But I once
Anyway.
more try and charge through the building.
Yes.
Alright.
I will say you will have to charge through the crossbowman unless he lets you past.
I will give him a very friendly and rapid indication that I need to move past him.
Ooh.
I will attempt to barrel through another building.
Now, keep in mind, you can, in order to go through it, you need to go on a diagonal.
Yes, I'm going as such.
You have to pass by me. As you pass by me, take this potion. It makes a pitfall.
Thank you. Oh, I was literally intending to run through this building. Not through the alleyway.
Can you with your armor?
You need to go on as diagonal a path as you can
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
to gain the benefits.
right. Could I go as such?
Yes.
Alright.
Palm grabs the potion as he runs past and tries his best to avoid the still swinging bag of holding. Or he just goes that way.
I'll allow a charge with a 190 turn.
Yeah, I'm a bit limited in terms of spacing, that's why. Okay. I'll make the power check. Bada bing.
With ease. Oh yeah, I'll just ignore terrain for this turn.
Excellent. And as I'm charging him, I would like to be a bit cheeky and use Reforge on some barbed wire I have.
I see.
Into the form of a noose. Moving
Wonder-
towards the troll.
Wonder Twin powers activate, a form of a hate crime.
You're in the wrong neighborhood.
Jesus Christ.
He can say that. He's a half troll.
Good grief. There's a lot of jokes on him. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna get like fucking.
So, would this just be a ranged attack, like a touch attack or something?
Yes.
All right.
I'm
Let's see.
about to ask, are you proficient in barbed wire nooses? All
Yes.
variations there. Of course, sure.
Well, it's kind of an improvised weapon, so.
True. It's considered a lasso, I believe, but again, it's one of those ones.
Yeah.
It's also a whip. It's also it's fucking it's everything with the sun.
All right.
Go gadget noose.
And I want to forgo the damage to instead grapple him.
Okay. You go right ahead. As you loop it around his arm, and there's this horrible, wet crunching noise as it bites in.
Would that count as the grapple then?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, what does this roll seem to be like? Yes, you beat it. Yes.
And as part of that grapple, he's automatically moved towards me.
Now, he's anchored to the spot by the shadow.
He can't move more than 5 feet.
And I
He
will
can-
move my.
He can move 5 feet there. So.
All right. Use this opportunity to plunge. Specifically, the. Sorry, let's get creative. I'll plunge. Make a cold shot to the heart with the devil's penknife.
Ugh. Okay, you're all right ahead.
This is a +2.
Oh no. roll D10,000.
Hell yeah.
Of all the items to roll that on, you had to use the devil's penknife.
Is it worse if he gets a curse with a devil's penknife?
Especially if he's trying to cold shot someone with it. What do you think it's called? The devil's penknife. Okay, that one you might end up getting. Okay, what was it? What's this thing? These are basically the same thing.
Oh boy.
Okay, here's what it's going to do. You find yourself as you thrust it, as you run in with the knife and trying to shank this thing. You basically tie your arm to his, like the music video for Bad, or like in West Side Story. And as you stab him, you manage to cut yourself with a penknife at the same time. Both of you are considered to be attached to each other. Whoever wins this fight will gain an ability. Target can become invisible by drinking a quart of elf's blood.
Excellent. Oh,
But what you will have to face him, troll v troll, to see who gets the superpower.
It's gonna be a fucking drunken punch out. Can I, as a, I don't know, like a somewhat non-action, take a sip from my Stella Fatwa, as I do have that straw built into my armor?
Tell you what, you can get a drink if he can too.
Yes.
Not of the Stella. He's got a cold one of his own to crack open, and as he just puts his thumbnail to the child's skull and flips the top of the, and there's a horrible crunching noise. As both of you down the contents of your respective drinks, cast the carcasses aside.
Meanwhile, in the background, as ignorantly as he possibly can,
Went to put in another headphone warning after that one. This is a mental image of just two groups of trolls just... Just snapping their way up the fucking corridors. Jesus Christ. There's something poetic about you trying to hate crime this guy and then he fights you mono, and it becomes a mono a mono, like, equal fight.
Yes. Rules of nature begins playing. Here's what I'm anticipating. Let's see if it embeds. An all-out drunken punch-out.
That's way too dignified for this fight. Lamarck's turn.
The real question is, what are we going to tell that kid's mother when she finds out that his brain was used in basically a supernatural tribal ritual?
Skill issue.
It would be the worst thing we've done today. Like, he was, like... Han was trying to give him the Emmett Till treatment right before this happened.
Sometimes you choose to hate crime. Sometimes the hate crime chooses you.
Yeah, but and there's Han over here who might as well be called King of the Till.
Good boy. Baz, spike in racial tensions, Oakgate.
Well, far be it for me to like. Okay, hang on. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm getting sent stuff like, oh my fucking God. Some of the equipment you guys are getting like lined up for is the stuff of nightmares. But Lamarck will quietly toddle around the corner.
Since I'm still inside Lamarck, can I tell him what's going on?
Certainly.
Lamarck, if you look to your left as you come past, you will find that our companion is now committed to troll combat because he has given himself an amazingly bad curse.
I know, that's why I'm trundling away from it. There's a lot of burned people over here who might need our help.
The guards are currently engaged in my flank with a supernatural fire around the corner. Try to assist everyone you can.
Will do. He'll, as he walks by, he just starts spraying random people with essentially like a burn spray, without telling them. So he's just kind of macing them in like the eyes and mouth. World's worst medic on its way. A medic, but with medical spray treated the same way that like our dodgy riot cop will. Oh god. Zamez, for 20 bucks for the damage to people's ears, Kyle is stuck in the current body he's in until GM specifies otherwise.
I'm not in anybody's body.
You're in the mark.
I'm possessing Lamarck.
Question, has the newest super chat been read out yet?
Zamez's one, yes, just now.
Okay.
And must use basically you've got to use bodies to communicate for the duration for the rest of the session.
That's fine.
All right, 40 elements to it. Okay. Last turn. Oh yeah, it's the bottom turn. It means it's time for all the goblins to take their turns. The majority of the goblins around here are all bludgeoned half to death, and yet they won't be recovering time soon. Most of these are nearly dead. There's one who's flipped on his front who will flip front ways. And we'll deal with that one momentarily. He's spitted like a pig on a spit. Oh, yeah, Gobbo and Crossbowman will have their roll. Gobbo goes. Crossbowman. Gobbo. Crossbowman. as the crossbowman will finally get the upper hand, throw the goblin to the floor, and put his boot through the stirrup and bring it down on the goblin's jawbone with a sickening crack. Crunch. Who else wants a potion? Right, that's is everyone alright? Kind of leans on his crossbow a little bit. He's a fighter. Meanwhile, it's troll time.
Oh yeah.
Han,
Yes.
what's your AC and CMD?
AC 22, CMD 16.
Okie dokie. Let me just check my troll damage. Trolls, of course, have skill-focused perception for some ungodly reason. But it is going to try to bite into your shoulder. That will hit.
Alright.
Okay. I'll take this. That is 10 points of damage. And how many claws does it get? 2 claws. Okay. So it was 22 AC?
Yep.
Missed by 1. But yeah, both claws lit. Good news, you don't lose a limb.
Wee.
Oh, hang on. Let's not to be too hasty now. Okay. So it's 10 points for the bite, 11 points for the first claw, 8 points for the second claw, and because you hit with 2 claws, that's another 10 points of slashing from Rend.
Alright.
Bloody hell, I forgot how nasty trolls could be in close combat.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think I control focus on control?
He actually needed quite high to hit Han as well, because Han's AC is so monstrously high and he's entangled. So he's taking penalties. But I legit rolled 2 critical threats.
He didn't have so many hit die, I could have put him to sleep.
And that will be its turn, as it literally just starts tearing chunks out of you.
Very happy that I'm wearing full plate at the moment.
It's suddenly, being inside the full plate suddenly feels like being inside a Fiat Panda as it rolls around on a busy intersection after being flipped. Suddenly starting to, it's like, this must be what Richard Hammond feels like when he tries to park. As you can feel armor buckling and crunching as this thing is just tearing chunks and battering you into the floor. And it's attempting to chew on your head, and you can feel as it does, it's got teeth like bowling pins. It's like a hippo, and there's this horrid sensation in your head of your vision skewing and reddening around the edges, coupled with sickening cracking noises from inside your own head.
I see.
Everyone else sees the most horrific scene of a troll attempting, and in this case, pretty much succeeding on chewing on your friend.
That all?
He did this to himself.
I like to picture he's also like swinging him by the tied up limb and just smacking him into the floor over and over again. Oh yeah, walk boy. Here you go. Walk boy. Comrade, as you're nursing your wound, walk boy is coming back at you. He's hurling himself over the stalls directly at you.
Alright. I'm gonna attempt the hammer swing again, I think. Like, clearly the best thing to do in this situation.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Oh, in fact,
yeah.
you know this table that's in front of me? It's not fixed to the ground, is it?
No, it's a simple, like, wooden, like, travel table.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, like, kind of do, like, a kick flip with it or something. Like, so it goes flying, like, towards the dude. Just come in. Does that make sense?
Roll me a melee touch attack, so just regular melee attack. Unfortunately, you switch as you upend the table and try and catch him with the awning. Unfortunately, the warg just leaps over it and bears itself down you. It does stop the warg from biting you as it covers it with the awning, but the rider himself is coming at you with the knife still. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. The first blade bounces off your fancy new armor, but the second one buries itself in your elbow.
It's annoying. I'd like to, like, try and kick off this wall and kick the knife out of his hand on this side. That's possible.
Unfortunately, he's got too good at roll it to see, but he's got a very good. This was a critical hit, unfortunately, so it's going to be really difficult to try and finagle this one.
What should I roll?
CMB. Unfortunately, not quite enough. Please enjoy 6 points of piercing damage. And there's no bleed on this occasion, but you will need to make me a fort save, please. Passes handily, which is good, because if you hadn't, it would have been really bad.
Yeah, I'm, like, gonna die. But like a hero.
It is crammed. It's almost like it's old. It looks to be an old butcher's knife that has been like rehandled and turned like just a war knife for the goblin.
Mm-hmm.
It's now buried in your left elbow.
Hang on, it's stuck in me.
It's currently embedded in your left middle inner elbow, so in the crook of your arm.
Right. And he's not holding the other end of it still.
He is.
Oh.
But on your turn, which is coming up shortly, you might be able to do something with that to your advantage.
Yeah.
Turn first up, it is Irene's turn. Okay, let's see. Goblins are pretty much in hand at this point. But we still do have a Goa airship overhead. Irene will climb up onto the roof, despite the high winds, and pick up one of the palisades. And get to about here. That'll be her turn. Comrade, there's a knife in you.
Yes. So, what I would like to do is to karate chop this goblin on the inside of his elbow, like so he pulls his hand back up. Then I'd like to guide his knife hand into his own head, please. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see that, right? Does Bill know that he's on mute? Or am I unable to hear?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I let the background on my end. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Could you roll me a CMB check, please? Oh, damn, yeah, I'll do it. So, as he stabs you in the elbow, you see the very point of it poking out the other side, and grabbing his elbow with the hilt of the hammer, you go pivot, and as you do, his elbow kind of cracks slightly, and you bring his own knife round and try and jam it into his ear. Could you roll me to hit, please? Melee attack.
Oh, damn.
Roll again. Roll again. Okay, so... Okay, so as this thing... As he
Look at that for 5 rolls in a row. Isn't that incredible?
Dice love you today. As he thrusts into your elbow, as you do, just incredulous, this little asshole has even attempted this. You grab his elbow, snap his arm at the elbow, bring the knife around, and drive where the blade sticks out the back of your elbow like a rooster's spur directly into his carotid artery, and slowly twist it through, and it spilling from his saddle, and sending his mount still like bundled up in the awning.
Is wolf thing dead as well?
It is tied up in the awning. It has entangled itself. With a roll that well, it's without its rider. It's not a full warg. It's just a warg-blooded wolf. It's not intelligent like a full warg is.
So it wouldn't even be like a full move for me to just kill that as well while I'm here.
Oh, if you're looking
basically, because what I want to do,
with those rolls, I'll let you have that for free.
What I eventually want to do is wrap its dead corpse round Aiden's shoulders on it, like for next week when she comes and plans. She could have had a pet, but I killed it and gave it to her as a gift.
Even the party members are getting on it now.
That's what I was going to do, actually.
I would not condone this.
She's got a pile of dead pets, like, at the next week when she comes.
Oh, good. You're back. Just a pile of dead animals. I was doing better than the other end. There's a pile of dead children on that end. Well, here's the question. Do you want to end up in, like, the Peter basements, or do we want to end up over here in, like, the basement of the Grammys? With that Stella, like, you still got a move action, by the way. Having just evaporated that poor bastard from the Akashic record.
You see this goblin 2 squares down from me?
Yep.
Yeah, look at him, really tough. for the last bit of my turn.
He
See if I
wets
can
himself.
scare him. Yeah. I
He,
think
he wets himself. I ain't fucking with those dice rolls right now. I don't want to know what happens if you roll again.
ones.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
why
all
I'm just
ones, and I end up like, oh, the sun explodes. Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
There are certain evils you don't cool down. Carl.
Alright, upkeep on the fire. First, the ghost fire on the troll's face. It is currently burning him for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then the ghost fire moves to the next unlucky target in the hallway onto the next archer.
There's only one left who's up on the top.
Is that the one I'm hovering over?
Yeah, the one you're hovering over is passed out on the floor, so he won't even get a save if you want to burn him.
Where's the other archer? Here?
I
Is it this one?
So,
mark
Yep.
this dude as dead, please.
oh, sorry.
No worries.
Alright, well go ahead and
Bad.
confirm. We'll go ahead and confirm the 6 on that archer then.
It's called whoa. Hang on, I think I still got that sound effect on here.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's this sound
Exactly.
right before he's incinerated. So, hang on, let me see if I can.
I can hear Aiden
Yeah.
doing content things.
Yes. Should be doing that.
There we go.
The noise has just been repeating.
Sorry, yeah, I had to do that to try and get the fireball spell effect, sound effect, just right.
Let's see here. I communicate with Lamar mentally. Lamar, can you give me a quick scan of the area and tell me who's still alive?
Currently, can you speak via your friend? Oh, Lamar. Yeah. Certainly. Give me one moment. Not a great deal, but 100 bruised goblins and. Let's see. Yeah, just a few bruised goblins. It looks like they're all subdued.
Any non-combatants?
A few singed locals. Nothing I can't fix up in a few jiffies. As he sprays another bystander with the spray.
Like one of those Pokemon health sprays.
Yeah, but the person's like it's made from like slime mold, so it's aggressive and it eats dead skin. So it's like getting sprayed with it's like being sprayed with a mix of like gelignite and like a box of maggots.
I was about to say maggots in a bottle.
Yeah.
You know, you remember those fish feet massages that used to be a thing?
Oh, I think that Trinky Ball put it best. This is like half a step away from getting your teeth cleaned by an eagle.
That sounds sick though, bro.
I don't know. I just don't trust animals to do my hygiene as a rule.
Haven't you ever watched your ass with a goose?
Not since Egypt, no.
The ultimate display of dominance. Stop teabagging it.
The best thing is the goose has to walk away with the stain. It's funny with the Canadian goose because they're like pure white as well, with like the little like a swan as well would be perfect. It's just...
I saw an autistic child chase a goose once, yeah, and the goose was shitting itself. And she was pulling like handfuls of feathers out of its back, like trying to grab it. Like I've never seen a goose scared before.
I kid you where he was on the totem pole.
become ungovernable. Autistic people really are apex predators, aren't they? Good grief. Maybe maybe that bad Predator movie was right. They are like the new top of the food chain. Jesus Christ, on a bike. Yeah. Well, you got a sit rep via your boy Lamarck.
Mm-hmm.
You got a few singed people, but nothing he can't fix if you give him the time. Meaning he would have to lag behind a little bit from the rest of the party once you move off this map. Assuming that you weren't hanging around.
Mark, continue making your way towards Mark to take care of the rest of the non-combatants.
Mm-hmm. Consider it done.
Let's see here. I speak through the slime clone's mind to, I guess we're calling her Irene now. Mm-hmm. Conferring this change, is Irene your middle name?
Full name, as it happens. Iris is a nickname.
Why don't you just be called Irene?
What's blurring at the back of my mind? Because it makes me sound old.
Time takes us all.
Not just yet, it bloody doesn't.
Cute. I'm moving your clone up the street. You should be able to flank them. First, before I even move it, one paired action of True Strike and Unerring Strike on her Claymore before she leaves. Then, Running Charge around the corners, swinging onto these two in front of her.
Oh, you just evaporate them on the spot. These two are unconscious. Or they're stunned. So, like, he's...
Now, this person here, is this a ally or an enemy?
Which one, sorry?
Right here.
Oh, they are all... everything here is now allied.
And this one goblin on the corner?
Unconscious.
Lovely. Action to teleport and corrupting touch. Actually, no. Let's do innervating touch.
You forget you have that.
I have never gotten a chance to use it. I never get close enough to.
I was just straight up a negative level, right?
Yes.
Does he get save? Okay. Yeah, looks like he gets save.
Did a
DC
save if he's unconscious?
He has to attempt a fortitude save.
It's a fort save, not a will save. If it was a will save, he wouldn't get save at all. Because you can't, for Pathfinder, you count as willing if you're unconscious. Let that one sink in.
I sleeps, wakes up.
As you look over and you...
Lawful good.
DC 10 plus half hit die plus charisma modifier is 19.
As you teleport over and just kind of touch the creature up on the face, its skin falls away in droves and its flesh sallows as its soul is snuffed out.
A slow, wry chuckling can be heard from around the corner. Specifically,
you notice that these goblins they can't be that tough. They're durable, they're strong, but you snuff that one's soul in one touch. So they're a hit dice each. But they're going toe-to-toe with some fairly well-seasoned guards.
the durability
So these are
of the
youngsters, still.
body. Durability of the body means nothing to me.
It literally looks like, judging by the gangliness, like these might be Greenfoot tribe, meaning these might only be a few days old. But they're built like they're absolutely gigantic by Greenfoot standards. They're like the size of like a short man, or a particularly like rotund dwarf.
Particular growth hormones plus whatever conditions they were grown under. Possible alchemy. Maybe some magic.
They've been hinting the juice.
The juice!
Any other actions this turn?
Let's see here. I move the bag of holding to me. I reach inside and drink one sip of Stella Fatois.
I see.
I had 3 of them plus more food stuff saved from the tavern before we left.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Just teleport over, see a goblin. You should have fell asleep.
Cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
Exactly.
Eris, you're up.
Yes.
So you
Seeing
got-
as all these in this area are gone now. Question, is that a child or a goblin up here?
That's a concussed goblin.
I see. I just
So
noticed it now.
it's hard to keep track of this particular type of goblin because they blend. They were only meant to be used in the street, and once they were blown onto the rooftops, they get really hard to track down.
Yeah, like I can't tell. Is that a goblin or leaves? I think that's leaves.
He is consider him subdued.
Okay, okay. Besides that, I think in this area there's no more that I'm aware of.
You could, essentially, this area is pacified.
Okay. I shall retrieve my spear. And besides that, I would like to prepare an action for more enemies to change shape.
Okay.
AKA for once we go to the next map where there will be more enemies. Why?
Neri will fart around, and you know what Neri will do? Neri will help however she can with the locals who are injured.
She might be
Speaking of helping the
using,
locals,
the one touch thing to calm people
Yeah.
down.
Han.
Oh no. I think you're muted, buddy.
Alright. Excellent. So, start off with, I'm in a bit of a tangle with the troll and his jaws are kind of wrapped around my head, right?
Yes.
So, I'm gonna be a bit cheeky with this. So, as part of a move action, Baz will take out the kettle while in this tussle and empty it over the troll's head and himself.
I see.
Yes.
So are you emptying just like the liquid contents or the spiritual contents of the kettle? This is important because there's 2 chambers, like the fuel chamber and the liquid chamber.
The boiling liquid.
Okay. Important to note because if you toss the flame fiend on him, then good grief. Okay.
No. Alright.
Okey-dokey. Roll away. It'll be a melee touch attack.
Yeah.
Sweet. Lit. Good grief. Okie dokie. Oh, got the fucking holy sugar again.
Oh, don't worry, that's just the name of it. I've modified it. It is sugar water. It's not holy.
It was never. I would argue it was never holy by virtue of what it was.
Purpose built.
Things like
Right.
One day I'm gonna have a guest DM and I'm gonna and you're gonna have to deal with me as a player. I swear to Christ.
Now,
And then you'll know how it feels.
I presume that's created at least a little bit of space.
Yep. That'll.
So
It's
he will use
shrieking.
that opportunity to try and kick himself bodily away from the troll as a shove, which he will use to perform an offhand attack to daze him and batter him.
He used the sugar water again, didn't he?
Yep.
Also
Okay,
on myself,
you
by the
sat back down. It's like he's using the damn sugar water. To be fair, it's a troll. It's like the one time. Basically, what you just did was that you were in a grapple with someone who was like biting you in the face. So in retaliation, you poured a really hot coffee into his mouth. It's kind of fucked up, but not as fucked up as the guy biting, I'd argue.
I sat down and I saw the 20 and I'm like, really? Again?
It's a troll. Again, it's a troll. He's really good at hate crimes against his own race. He's like the troll Uncle Ruckus.
Now, I may not look like it, but I've got a regenerative condition.
I got a regenerative condition. Every time I see another troll, I fucking regenerate my hate for them.
Look at his wisdom teeth. Right. 28 to daze and batter him. As I kick
that will
myself
succeed.
away.
That will succeed quite handily.
And using this momentum to kick myself away, I'm gonna basically put both of my claws into his arm, the one that is fused to mine, at the elbow. As a standard action, I will make a sever attempt.
I knew this was coming. I could feel it in me water.
Alright, let's just use... Okay. Needs to make a DC 24 fort save to not suffer the penalties of it, but the sever does succeed, I think.
Succeeds! Trolls have a plus 11 fort save, so they actually were able to do. He's actually done it. He keeps his arm against all odds. I actually had someone succeed against the fort save versus Sever. This is extraordinarily rare.
And then finally, as a swift action, I will once more use Reforge to reduce the loop of the noose to the circumference of a coin.
I
in an
see.
attempt to decapitate him. And as part of that,
The
I want to try
speed
and
at which
headbutt him.
you can use Reforge is terrifying.
Basically, I want to
Fucking
tighten the
fucking
loop to essentially guillotine him and then try and headbutt his head off.
You know what? I'll be nice.
That's
Roll me
badass.
a profession executioner roll.
Right?
Because I know the DC. I know the DC of hanging someone off by heart. It's a remarkably low DC 50.
Yeah. Let's see. Any circumstantial bonuses to this, or
I can factor it in mind.
excellent?
It's DC 50. You can make. See, you rolled a 14. Like, there's a horrible wrenching noise. Remember the film Ghost Ship? It's kind of just go shink, and one wire goes across and carves a whole room in half. It's that, but to one person.
So to kind of summarize this round of combat, essentially, I pour the sugar over his head, drop the kettle on top of his head, grab him by the back of his head, kick back, try and rip his arms off, tighten the garrote, and then just like pull him towards me and headbutt his head off.
I do love the live reenactment noises. Very
You
good.
gotta try your best in these things. There's a. Oh, hang on now. As the now dead troll crashes the ground. Ending combat on this map. As currently the troll is still on fire, so his regeneration is negated. So I believe we shall leave it there for this evening, ladies and gents. And I hope everyone's had a good time. Seemed like a good,
Yes.
I'd say a good, well-paced little combat there. I hope to see you all next week. Hopefully back to our normal scheduling with programming, not touch wood. And we won't get implicated in any other international incidences due to people. Because apparently the Chinese government likes to pull their playbook from my goddamn adventuring planning. Good grief.
Well, the world
I
terrorism is
definitely
young.
didn't tell him about it.
World terrorism is young. I can still fuck up more.
I don't know why, but I don't believe Mark.
In any case, hope to see you all again next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Alle Personen.